for coming in and keeping your appointment today.
Well, thank you for seeing me, I guess. It's not like I really had much of a choice in the matter, but thank you.
Well, you did have a choice, and I just want you to know that I appreciate that you made the choice to come in and meet with me.
Okay, well, I'm only here because somebody told me, and I don't even remember who off the top of my head, but somebody told me that I had to come in here and talk to you and talk about my case.
Okay. Well, we do need to discuss your case. Is there anything specific that you wanted to focus on first today?
Actually, yes. One of the first things that I would want to know is how long do I actually have to keep meeting with you? I mean, is this going to go on, or what's the deal?
Okay. Well, I hear that you're concerned about how long that we'll have to meet together, and we can definitely put that on our agenda. And what we're going to do today is we're going to work on developing a service plan, and we're going to do that together, and it's going to include the steps that you're going to need throughout this whole process. Does that sound okay?
Well, first of all, I don't know what all that stuff is you just said. A service plan. But I guess, if you can explain some of that stuff to me, I'll think about it, and maybe it would be worth it to do it.
Okay. Well, a service plan is basically it just sets up the goals that we're going to, it has the one specific goal and all the steps that it's going to take for us to complete that goal. And I believe the goal is ultimately is to get your children back. So what we're going to do together is we're going to talk about all the steps that need to be followed in order for you to get your children back.
Okay, well, they did take my kids away, and I'm sure you already know that's why I'm here. That's what you just said, so okay, I guess that sounds all right.
Can you tell me why your children were moved in the first place?
Well, somebody said that I was neglecting my kids. And, I don't know where they would have got that from. I'm a very good mother. And, I love them. So, somebody thought I wouldn't watch them like I was supposed to, I guess. I'm not even sure.
Can you tell me about the specific situation that led to a report to CPS?
I don't even really know. I bet it was my neighbor. Because she's always up in my business, looking out her window, trying to see who's coming and going. And, she'll sit on her porch and yell at people when they do something wrong, and it's not even her business. She's a busybody, and I bet it was her.
Well, I can't discuss, who it was that reported, but there was a report, and when reports are made, it is our duty to follow through and to investigate. And we just want to make sure that the children are in a safe home.
Well, can you even tell me why people are saying that I neglected my kids? I mean, do you know?
That's a good question. Can you tell me why you think that someone would have reported you?
Well, not really. I think, I leave my kids at home every now and then, but it's just when I go down the street. My kids are 7 and 9, and that's more than old enough to take care of themselves, especially the 9-year-old, and the 7-year-old's real good. So I'm not exactly sure what the deal is. That's the only thing I can think of.
Was there a reason why you felt you had to leave your children at home?
Yeah. I had some errands to run, and I didn't think I was going to be gone long. And I probably wouldn't have gone long.
Can you tell me what is a typical day like for you in your home?
Well, let's see. My kids go to school every day, and then they come home and play like kids are supposed to do, and they eat like kids are supposed to do, and then they go to sleep like kids are supposed to do. I mean, sounds good to me.
Are you there when your children come home from school?
Well, most times or sometimes. I'd say yeah, if I had to say something. Yeah, I'm home sometimes.
Sometimes. Can you give me an exact number, basically how many days a week are you home when your children come home from school?
Well, 2. I'll just say 2.
Okay. So the days that you're not at home when your children come home from school, how long are they usually there by themselves?
Gosh. you really do ask a lot of questions. How long are they at home by themselves now? Gosh, not very long. I mean, 2.5 hours, however long it takes me to run my errands.
Okay, so when you're not home, what are the kids normally doing?
Well, I don't know. Playing, like I said before, eating dinner and then going to sleep.
Okay, so when you're not there with them, what are you doing?
Gosh, I'm down the road with my friends, and we're just hanging out and taking care of business.
Okay, so when you say you're hanging out with your friends, what's occurring?
Well, if I had to say, I'd say we were just chilling, watching TV, and sometimes listening to music. I mean, that's what we do when we hang out. We're just kicking it.
Okay, so last time you came in, you had to take a drug test, and we did receive the test results. You tested positive for 5 different drugs in your system, and since that was brought to our attention, and your children have been left unsupervised, then we have to further investigate this situation.
Honestly, I really don't understand what the big deal is. And is it that I'm doing drugs, that I'm leaving my kids alone. I don't even always trust those tests. They could be testing me for anything. I don't know. I don't understand what the big deal is with me leaving my kids home for a few hours.
Well, the law does specify that your kids are too young to be left home alone. And as far as the test, they are pretty accurate on identifying the drugs in your system. So we do have to address it.
Well, sometimes doesn't everybody just need some time to themselves? I'm sure you do too, lady. I can't always be taking care of my kids. I already told you I don't have any help. Government's the only one that's helping me, and they don't send me a babysitter, so sometimes I just need to be by myself.
Okay. I understand that you're saying that you need some assistance. And have you looked at any after-school care or a family member that is willing to help and you can make arrangements so that you can have time to yourself without leaving your children by themselves?
I don't know. I think, what I really think? What I really think is if my 13-year-old was around, he could be helping me watch the kids. But, he just up and ran off, just kind of like everybody else does.
So your 13-year-old ran away from home?
Yep, he sure did.
And how long has your 13-year-old been away?
Well, he's been away for a little while. I don't know specifics. I can't even remember right now.
So you don't have any idea where he is?
Nope. And to tell you the truth, I have other things to do. I can't be chasing that boy around all the time. He thinks he's all grown. He wants to be on his own. Then let him go see what it's like to be a man out there. I can't chase him. I just can't do it.
Okay. Well, can we go back to discuss the test results and because you were tested positive for 5 different drugs, and can you explain what's going on here?
Well, first of all, like I said, I don't rely on those tests, but I don't really know what to tell you. Every once in a while I smoke some weed, and I have some beers with my friends, and, sometimes maybe we're chilling. But, that's not a crime.
Okay, and in the test results, you also tested positive for cocaine and methamphetamine.
I doubt it. I don't know what to tell you, but I don't want to talk about that right now.
Okay. Well, Shauna, I understand that this is, a difficult thing to talk about, but in order to move forward, we have to discuss this, and it has to be on the service plan. So, in order to put that in place, you have to, one step that you may have to take is enrolling in a drug treatment program, and you have to remain drug-free for 90 days, and that will begin allowing visitation with your children again.
Gosh, 90 days. First of all, what kind of drug treatment are you even talking about? I'm not going to go in some kind of drug treatment, lockdown place where they watch you when you go to the bathroom. Somebody watching every breath you take and telling you can do everything. I don't think that's me.
Go.
I understand your objections, Ms. Shonda, but unfortunately, these are the steps we're going to have to take for you to complete the work so you can get your kids back. Okay, Rashonda, let's change gears then. Let's talk about your finances and your employment.
What about it?
I see here that you stated that your children have no contact with their fathers, is that correct?
Yeah, that's right.
Have you ever had any contact with them before?
No. I mean, they came around, helped me make the babies, and they left. Mm-mm.
Have they ever provided any type of child support for you?
No, they don't care. They never pay.
So I also noticed here that you are not currently working, is that correct?
Yeah, that's right.
So what type of assistance are you receiving right now to help pay for your bills?
The government, I mean, isn't that what they're supposed to do, help people who can't help themselves? So you're the only ones that give me anything.
So Rashonda, would you be willing to check yourself into an inpatient drug treatment today?
Well, I don't really think I need to, but I mean, it seems to all be coming back to that time and time again, so if that'll help me get my kids back, I guess I can think about it, at least think about it.
I think if you're serious about getting your kids back, this is going to be the first step you need to take. This should be your primary goal.
Well, you know, I don't even know where to go to get treatment. I can't afford to pay for treatment. I told you I don't have any money, so I don't know how to even get it.
So I understand you may feel like you don't have the finances to go to treatment, but I just want you to know that there's a treatment facility not too far from here that will actually help pay for unfunded patients. So if you're serious and fully committed to going, I can see and call today and see if they have a bed available for you.
Damn. You mean today? You want to send me there today, right now? This is going, I don't know.
I know it all seems like it's happening so fast, Rashonda, but if you agree to this plan, I can call for you today and see if there's availability. And if they have a bed available, would you be willing to check yourself in?
You know, this is really going fast. Couldn't I at least have a couple of days to get everything in order?
Well, what do you mean by that? What kind of things do you need to get in order?
Well, I don't know. I can't think of everything off the top of my head, but it's just, I mean, seriously, it's going so fast. I don't know.
Well, I just want you to know if I call the facility today and they have a bed for you, that they will only be able to hold it for you for about a day or two. So if you don't check in within a certain time, you may lose your spot.
Okay. So I really have to decide right now, is right here and now.
Well, I can give you a day to think it over, but you need to think about your kids, and you need to realize that this step is crucial in order for you to get them back. So if you're willing to commit to getting clean and sober and maintaining a long-term sobriety, if you're serious in wanting to get your children's back.
Well, I mean, let me ask you a few questions. First, how long do I have to stay in treatment? I mean, what if I could do it on my own? If I only have to stay clean and sober for, I mean, what did you say, 90 days? I mean, I don't know about going into treatment.
Well, you'll only be in the facility treatment for about 30 days in the inpatient program. And once you complete the inpatient treatment, then you'll have an option to move to a halfway house where they will help with other recovery women, like yourself. In the halfway house, they'll help meet other women who are facing struggles with substance abuse, and they'll help you develop healthier life skills in order for you to get your kids back. And then they can also provide you with some job training options and things of that nature.
Well, I'm not going to lie. Some of that sounds okay. It really does. I mean, but you're going to make me get out and look for a job too? I always take care of my kids. Gosh. I mean, I have good, smart kids. They just, this is all just really still sounding like too much. I feel, well, I have actually met your kids, and they are very smart boys, you're right. But today the primary focus is going to be on you and to make a decision about how badly you want your kids back. The treatment facility will be waiting for you when you tell me if you're serious about getting cleaned up for your kids and for yourself. And the other stuff will really come as we continue to work through the service plan.
Okay, hold up. What other stuff? I mean, you have a lot going on here.
Well, Rashonda, it's, as I mentioned before, when you complete your 30-day treatment at the inpatient facility, you'll be able to move into a halfway house, and that really could be beneficial for you. They will continue to help you remain clean of drugs and alcohol. You'll participate in support groups with other women who have been on the same road as you, and they're going to know what you're going through. And that will also help you to build up your support system as well.
Okay, so in this patient treatment, you're talking about support groups, but I mean, is that right?
Well, that would be, yes, that's correct. That would be part of your treatment plan. Another thing that I'm going to recommend, and I feel that it would be very beneficial to you, is to participate in parenting classes.
So, you think I'm a bad mother?
No, absolutely not. No one said you were a bad mother. But these are just helpful tools for you to be an even better mother to your kids. And it's like we discussed before. You can't leave your kids unsupervised. They're very young. And job training classes would also have to be taken, so when it's time to get back out there in the workforce, you'll feel better prepared. You'll have 30 days after your inpatient treatment to complete these classes.
Okay, so this is just going to add on to my stress. Why do we need to be talking about these unnecessary steps?
Okay. Well, Rashonda, these are really necessary steps that you're going to have to complete so you can get your kids back. And your mother has been a tremendous help in ensuring that your children were all well taken care of. And now it's really time for you to start taking care of yourself. I mean, can we at least agree on that?
Yeah, I guess so.
Okay. Well, let me ask you this. When was the last visit you had with your kids?
You're putting me on the spot. I guess it was a couple weeks ago.
Okay, a couple of weeks ago. Well, what's the reason for that? Even though your kids have been temporarily placed with your mother, you still can visit them regularly.
Okay, now specifically blaming me. I mean, I don't know. I've been too busy.
Okay. Well, let me ask you this then. Are you still hanging around the people that you were before? I mean, because if you are, it's not really going to help the case.
No, I just don't want my kids thinking that I'm a bad mom, because they aren't home with me anymore, and I don't want them seeing me like this. I mean, I guess that's the reason.
That's really good, Rashonda. That sounds good, and it sounds to me like you're ready to start making changes.
Yeah, maybe. I know I need to. I mean, it's just hard. I've been raising these kids all by myself. And, well, my mom helps too, but it's majority myself. Like, it's all me. No help from their dads. And even though I see them around sometimes.
Well, I can actually help you get that started, the process of getting child support. Is that something you'd be interested in getting set up?
Yeah, I mean, it would alleviate some of the stress.
Okay. Well, we'll put that on the service plan then. I think it will provide you with a great resource and by the end of today, we'll make the call. Does that sound okay?
Yeah, I mean, I guess I get so stressed out with the kids and home life, and that's the reason why I turned to drugs.
Well, we're going to help you as best as we can, Rashonda. And, you know, so far we've talked about treatment and parenting classes and getting child support set up. And really the goal for you here, though, our first and foremost concern is your long-term sobriety. So, and you know this is of the utmost importance in order to get your kids back. And they will have random drug tests that will take place during the session. Is that okay? I mean, do you understand all that?
Yeah, I got it.
Okay, so I think that we'll go ahead and end today, and we'll make those calls we talked about, and then the next time we meet, I'll let you know about the bed availability, and we'll go from there.
Okay, sounds good.